So Veda Pratama on the 54, still leading the race, leading that trio, and Pratama into second place. Just a lap and a half remaining now. Let's see who's got, if anybody, the front sort of tucked, he'd almost lost it. He's recovered okay, but he's lost ground. There's still 6 laps to go, and I wonder just who now. It's an unusual situation, as we said, Matt. He's got a little bit up their sleeve. This is the time to show it.
Time for a swig of water, lubricate the...
Messed up his corner speed and his drive out of the corner, so he's obviously pushing the limit there because he got himself into a bit of a... only having 3 guys battling for the lead, and it's here that you can sort of think about tactics because there's not a whole...
Throat for what's set to be a grandstand finish again in Rookies Cup to start us off with the year.
Trouble in that tight left-hander.
What can you say about Brian Uriarte, Peter? I mean, if there was anybody who...
A whole host of guys going to be going all over the place on the last lap. These guys, you know, are good riders, very...
Hey, Peter!
Come on, stick your neck out, have a swig of water, and then tell me who's going to win this one.
Do you know what? It's going to be had massive pressure on their shoulders coming into this year. It's surely him, you know, runner-up in the championship last year.
Intelligent riders, so I wonder just...
Oh, and down. Daniel's down. Christian Daniel's gone down. Oh, that's a big shame. Kim Danish.
It's going to be Veda. Veda's going to do it.
Poor Brian. Oh. Only just as we're seeing here, this is Veda overtaking Danish there through one of the final corner. He's taken out another rider with him. I couldn't catch which number it was. Oh, I think it's Tine. Oh, well, Brian Lilly proved us right. It could well be Danish because what did you do, Peter? That was your fault. This sections of the circuit. That really took a lot of bravery there.
That did.
It is. It's the Venezuelan rider, Kerman Tines, the 77, goes down as well. You need to apologise to him later.
I do.
Goodness
but actually, I think really it's Brian who might have to. And he did it beautifully, didn't he? Yeah. Absolutely superbly.
But as I was saying with Uriarte, I mean, it's one thing to come plus in that. Unfortunately for that duo, that's a big shame for them.
It is indeed. Apologise, because wasn't it Brian getting it all loose that put him offline anyway?
But Peter, that's pretty well it. I mean, your rookie season is shock everybody with no expectation. But what do you do when there is that expectation? Well, he's harnessed.
And let's hope Tines is all right. He's sitting there, not wanting to get up. But let's hope it's just the.
For Pratama,
well, he came from that far back on the first lap, didn't he? But it's a different.
Sing it, and he's doing very well with it at the moment.
Well, that's right. And of course, he was, you know, shock of it, and he'll soon be on his feet.
But Peter, that has left the likes of
tail now. On to the last lap then it is. And it is Hakim Danish that leads. Win that incredible group of guys at the front of the cup last year. Everybody except him has moved up to Moto 3. But
Mitani moving right up there as well. 8th position for the Asia Talent Cup champion. Great stuff from him. And
with Brian Uriarte on his tail, and they are, how far are they ahead of their... He's still too young, even with the 1-year dispensation for being in the top 3 in the Rookies Cup. He's not old enough.
The TV screen says Yaroslav Karpushin is crashing. No, it's not him. It is...
Over a second ahead of Veda Pratama. It's 2 seconds really off the lead, and that is to ride in Moto 3. Otherwise, he'd be in the GPs now. So there is that expectation that he...
It is just Christian Daniel, that's good. Right. But yes, Peter, I mean, what do you do if you're this top 3? Hopefully.
It's going to be a tough thing to swallow.
And I tell you what, this will be the biggest victory of Hakim Danish's career, and that is the biggest...
Really should be a notch above these guys.
But you never know with Rookies Cup, do you? You're as intelligent as we believe them all to be. You keep it all relatively in order. Safe commentator's curse of your career, Peter.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
How about that?
Did for him, didn't I? Okay,
you turn up and someone else has taken a big old step. And well, we're looking at 2 of them as well. Clean, hard racing, because you all want to win. But boys, you can all come home with a podium.
Him looking superb at the moment, but Brian is not going to let this one leave this one line.
Hakim Danish and Veda Pratama going with Uriarte at the moment. This is really impressive. Minimum, if you keep it up right into the final corner with 5 laps to go. Here's what happened with Christian Daniel Jr. The number 17
down. No. He's going to go after Hakim. He's going to get in the slipstream through the fast right-handers onto the back.
And the gap to 4th place is increasing, Peter.
And there goes Veda.
In the middle of your screen there, 4th in this pack. Just up the inside, bit too much, asking too much of the front brake.
Great, and it's going to be an outbreak. And well, does he want to lead down to the last corner or not?
I don't know.
You're up the inside, he did it at the same place, and he looks over it. Brian looks over his shoulder.
How dare you! The front wheel, the front tyre says no thanks, and unfortunately Kerman Tines gets sent. But Brian's not exactly thinking, look, I'm not doing airtime on my Rookies Cup bike and not winning this. How dare you do that to me?
Yeah, that's right. Well, he obviously...
looking back at several feet is an understatement into the gravel. Race, for goodness sake. So here he comes down the back straight. Dinesh brakes as late as he possibly can in as well.
He's obviously happy in that corner, isn't he? Because he's done the made the move through the... Yeah, as you say, it's a huge question because
getting all squirrely into turn 6, but that's not the overtaking move there. Brian is building up now for
those fast right-handers. He's done it twice now.
There'll be plenty of people watching back to see.
Brian Uriarte made a mistake at the final turn in, I think, race 1.
Run to that final corner, and then he's going to try and pick his pocket.
He has another possibility, though, doesn't he?
What he was doing through there, how he's turning in, how he's using the throttle, if he's using the back brake or something like
last year. So he's not, he's going to steer clear of that, hopefully. But just what out of this left-hander and into the right, that's an overtaking possibility. But of course, you set it up
that to get it turned so much tighter than everybody else, just send it up the inside.
Yeah, and it does all come down to that last corner. It doesn't look like any of these three are going to make a break for it. For a change, when it comes down to the last corner, is he going to go inside him?
No, he's not. He's sitting there.
That's a fifth gear corner if you're going really quick, which he clearly is. Get away far enough away for it not to be a last corner battle.
And also, if we look at the waiting, here it is then, grandstand finish. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're
often guys who will go through there in 4th. You've got to know exactly what you're doing in 5th, and for him to
lap times again. I mean, they're about to cross the line. Let's see what the lap time is there. So a 1:49.5, 1:49. Onto the back run. These fast right-handers. Dinesh versus Uriarte to kick us.
Do that, assumingly he did do it in 5th, and not be worried that he's going to get himself offline or anything like that.
For 49.3. Everybody else, Morelli just behind them, a 1:49.6. Okay, it's off in Rookies Cup round 1. Who's it going to be?
I think Hakim's going to absolutely superb. I know it'd be interesting to see now whether Brian follows him and tries.
Thompson was able to put in a 49.3, but that is not going to close down a 5-second gap now, so it really is.
Outbrake himself and run wide, and Brian will get underneath him and exit out of the last corner. To pick up just exactly what he was doing and Hakim Danish, they're getting a rip
between these three for the win, bar any disasters for the race winning chances. And this is it! Brian round the outside!
Oh my goodness!
Wow, what a move!
Really good drive down the back straight and threatened to take second place away from Brian Uriarte on the 51.